Welcome back, traders. All right, so getting right into it, started with the dollar index. This is the last week of the month, but we also will be going into, the first Friday of September. So this is NFP week. This could be a volatile week for the dollar. We'll see how things are shaping up. Looking at this daily supply level, you can see price slightly broke above here, but as we're seeing right now, it's looking like that was a false breakout because we had an impulsive close right back below, price pulled back, and now we see here on the daily, price is formed a bearish engulfing. All right, so if we look at this, to me, from a technical perspective, I am expecting more downside on the dollar. All right, price is giving us that breakout. We could slightly get a pullback right here, but overall, I am expecting dollar to give us that continued bearish wave. All right. So let's look at Euro AUD. Euro AUD. Okay, so EA, when I saw EA, and I'm gonna go over GA too, because they both look like they could have possibly continued for the uptrend, because we see here on the daily, price has been in this uptrend on the daily, right? Creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Price just continuing. And price after creating a higher high right here, it actually retested this previous structure. And on the daily, it formed a bullish engulfing. So a lot of times you'll see price, when price holds support like that, you'll see price continue, all right, from there. But that didn't happen, and price rolled over, excuse me. So I believe that's mainly because, some Australian dollar strength came in for whatever reason. And, now we're breaking back below this structure. So seeing this type of breakdown on a daily with a bearish engulfing now, price breaking below structure, I will be looking for potential short opportunities this week on EA. So we can look for something like this. All right, price already started to roll over. Okay, it actually broke below here. So now I will expect this to continue down. But first, I would like to see some type of pullback. So for me, if I can see some type of correction first, and maybe retest the structure, then look for that opportunity there for price to take it down further. All right, my first target on this will be around here, 1.605, that support structure. All right, around 1.605, and it actually lines up perfectly with my daily trend line, with my ascending trend line here. So if we break through there, we come down there to 1.605, and we break through it, then you can expect us to go even lower. All right, down towards 1.595 to about 592 support. All right, that would be my next target. So EA looking for sales this week. All JPY. So if we look at AJ, overall price has been in the downtrend. All right, and last week price just had a big correction up. All right, it just had a big move up. Now I was looking for shorts here, but we could see price wasn't ready, because you see it's still pumping up a bit more. If we look at the weekly, this weekly candle was pretty strong, pushing deeper back into this level. But looking to the left, it's coming up towards around this level of supply. All right, so that would be around the level where I would look for price to possibly respect. All right, but after seeing this type of price action last week, I will be careful here. I mean, overall, I'm still looking for the trend to continue to the downside. But we would need to see price give us a stronger rejection from this level, because after ending this like this on a 4-hour, we could possibly see price give us one more move up before any rollover. All right, so overall, price is pushing towards this lower high right here. All right, looking at this lower high structure. All right, this will be our lower high here. So price is pushing up, possibly creating another lower high before giving that extension to the downside. All right, but for now, it's either we get one more deeper pullback. But for me to look for my sales, I want to see some type of impulsive breakdown, and then maybe catch like a correction for continuation down. Or if I see some type of strong, bearish rejection indication. But for right now, looking at this, you see price. If we're looking at just the immediate structure, like right here, price breaking up, forming a higher high. So we could possibly just see price give us a deeper move up before price roll over to the downside. So I'll be watching to see how that unfolds. Similar with all USD, AU overall is in a downtrend as well. All right, we look on the weekly. Price had a strong breakdown right here, right? Strong close, but now price is pulling back. It's correcting that. All right, but same thing. This is pushing towards, this is our lower high right here, right? So I do believe that this is just giving us a deeper correction to continue down. All right, it's already around structure where price from typically will retest structure and continue. But you see here on the daily, we got a bullish engulfing. Also, I believe this is going in line with the weakness of the dollar. All right, so we got a bullish engulfing on a daily. All right, so I believe, you know, we could get a deeper move up. All right, possibly even, you know, retest this lower high towards 0.74, possibly before then price respecting. That's a possibility, especially if the dollar continues continue bearish this week. You know, typically the majors will go up. You know, the majors that's going, the currencies that's going against the dollar, normally you'll see them gain strength against that weakness of the dollar. So I would look for something. Price can possibly correct. You know, I look somewhere in here. You know, price can possibly give you a corrective wave and then maybe one more move up. All right, that's a possibility right there before we get any sales. Overall, I'm still looking for the bigger move to the downside, but seeing how it's developing, we might get that bigger move, bigger correction, and then start to look for sales. Now, if price was to say, you know, I could take this counter trend line. All right, let's say price didn't do that, but price just gave us a sharp impulse breakdown. And that's a sign that we're going lower. Now you look for those corrections for continuation down. All right, but overall, if this comes back corrective, hold support, you get that one more move up before sales. EURNZD. All right, so looking at EN really been in this big range. All right, trading in between this range. Came up here again, had a big sell-off from that same level. All right, so now looking at the daily, if we look at the daily, price is about to print this bearish engulfing, all right, on the daily, showing a sign that the sellers are still in control, and we could still most likely see that rollover down towards this level of support or demand. All right, so how I would look at this, you see here, looking at price broke structure right here. So now I will be looking for a retest of this structure. If I get a nice retest of this previous structure support, then I would look to enter my sales and take it back down towards demand or support. So something like this, sell on a retest, stop loss above the shoulder, or at least above that, you know, impulse close candle, and then take this back down to support. All right, so that could be a nice move on EURNZD. EURUSD. Let's see. So EURUSD, we found nice support. Now this is the weekly, and you know the market isn't open yet at the making of this. So with this printing like this is looking like a possible bullish railroad pattern. All right, which is a strong bullish reversal indication. All right. So if we look at how it is on a daily, we got a bullish engulfing on a daily. Now, again, this is going in line with, you know, the weakness of the dollar. So if we get a continued weak dollar this week, then, you know, it's definitely likely that we continue to see EU to give us a move to the upside. So this is how we could look to potentially, how we could look for possible entries here. All right. It is at this level of resistance right here. All right. So you got to keep that in mind as well. All right. So something like this, price could correct first. All right. Get some type of correction. Either that, some type of correction before you get that continue move up. I would look for something like that. Or we can look for price to just continue to break above the structure. If we get a break above the structure, you know, and they look for that pullback, maybe even a retest of that before you get that continuation up. All right, and then I would look to take this to the supply structure to the left here. All right, that would be my next target. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so that would be my next target. After seeing this type of price action on the daily. EURJPY. So looking at EJ, EJ came down and found support. All right, looking to the left, always look left to go right. You see, this is a previous level of strong demand. All right, price is finding support here again. We got a bullish engulfing on a weekly. So that's a sign that, yeah, the buyers are in control. So coming into this week, you know, I will be looking to trade in line with that direction. All right, but now you just got to watch for those where you can get your potential opportunities. All right, so let's look at the daily. All right, so if I go down to the 4 hour, let's see. All right, so price is at testing this trend line right now. All right. So let's just get rid of that though. Let's get rid of the trend line for now. Because I'm just gonna focus on pure price action right now, seeing that bullish engulfing on the weekly. Okay. So now understanding that we got that on the weekly, I'm looking for a correction. All right. Looking for a correction. Looking for price to correct and give me that opportunity for continuation upside. I could look for something like this. Like you see, this is where it was the start of that continued move up. Or I could look for a pullback somewhere in there. All right, we could see something like this for price to correct and give us that continued move up. All right, because we look at this on the weekly, you know, price could pull back more than that possibly, but that's somewhere around there is what I would look for. Somewhere around where price, you know, started the initial move. And also this will be considered a higher low. This is a higher low as well. So something like that. And, you know, look for entries if you get a nice correction down there, you know, stop loss, you know, a few pips below the higher low structure. All right. And then you look to ride, I would look to ride this up to resistance or supply. Okay. So judging off the weekly, if I see in that scenario, my stop loss would be below, you know, that bullish engulfing. So I believe that would be a nice potential opportunity right there. But overall, you know, looking for buys on this week. So that's one scenario, correction for the continuation, or, you know, price could just continue to break and form a higher high. And if it does that, then I look for a pullback or a retest and continue that up. All right. So we'll see how price develop. You know, we can't guarantee exactly where price will pull back to. We just got to, you know, react to what price shows us. So, you know, after the Monday daily close going into Tuesday, I think I would get more of a picture of where we're at and look to trade in line with that. GJ. So GJ came and found solid support. Look at here. This is in the past, this was a major level of supply. All right. And it became a strong level of demand right here. Right. So price is respecting it again. Came down here on the daily, respected it. All right. So if you look at this, price is at an interesting level. So price is retesting previous structure support, right? Where price had before on this breakdown, retest continuation. So we're now retesting that again. So with GJ, if we get a sharp breakdown here, then I would look for some type of correction and continue that down. Either that, or if price continues to break above this structure, then I would look to catch the pullbacks for the buys. All right, so that's one of two scenarios. So I will wait for a structure shift. All right, or like if it holds resistance to give me a sharp sell-off, then I will look for that correction continuation. All right, but if it breaks structure to the upside, then I will look for those pullback opportunities to take it up. GBP Ncd, similar to EURNZD. If you look at this on the weekly, price is forming a big bearish engulfing on the weekly. All right, so I believe we setting up for a nice continued sell-off. All right, probably come all the way back down here. But if we look at this on the daily, all right, I got this daily trend line. Price is now breaking it. It's breaking out. Strong bearish closure on the daily that's about to happen. All right, and we're breaking structure to the left. All right, and if we look to the left, this was also a level of supply structure. We're breaking below that. All right, so now seeing that, I like for price to continue down, but first I would like to see some type of correction happen first. So you see this on the 4 hour, just strong drop. So now if we can get some type of correction, all right, maybe a retest of that trend line, retest the structure, and then look for price to continue to the downside. All right, so with GN, you know, look for those corrective opportunities to take the continuation down. All right, so even if I take my fib from here, all right, I would like to see at least a 50% pullback, you know, something like this. We test the trend line. All right, and look for price to continue to the downside. It really could come all the way back down here. All right, this could be a potential 400 to 500 pip move. All right. So we'll see how that sets up early in the week. GBP Chf, you could see here, I sent this out and I was saying I'm expecting price after this breakdown and big structure shift. I was expecting price to come and retest structure and continue. It did exactly that. So now on this daily, it's about to print this nice evening star type rejection. All right. So I'm expecting this to continue to just break down. I'm expecting price to stay below this rejection. All right. And we can look, you can expect GBP Chf to just continue to roll over. All right. If we look at the 4 hour, boom, price retested right here, rejected, came back up, rejected with a bearish engulfing double top rejection on that retested structure. So now this bearish flag, I'm expect that to continue to roll over. GU. All right, so looking at GU, if we look, price is finding support here, right? After such a sharp sell-off, price is now correcting that. All right, also going in line with the weakness of the dollar. So price found strong demand right here, pull back, and now you see on that pullback, it's looking like they want to give us that continuation up. So with GU, my bias is shifted to the upside. This could correct some. You know, you can even take trend line here. This could correct some, like let's say, you know, somewhere down here or something. You know, on the correction, it could be a corrective move to continue to the upside. I will look for something like that. Either that opportunity, but if price was to give us a sharp impulsive move, breaking structure, then you could look for that to continue to the downside. But overall, based off what I see, like on the higher time frames, it's looking like price is setting up for continuation up. So either a correction, on that correction, look for that continuation move, or price can just, you know, break above structure right here. Similar to GJ, it could just break above structure. On that break above, look for a pullback, maybe a retest, and then take it higher from there. All right, so that's GU. And GA. So GA as well, similar to EA, began to break down. So if we look at this on the daily, we got a strong bearish engulfing here on the daily, strong impulsive close. All right, so now I'm only looking for sell. I will only look for sales on GA this week. All right, so see here, So it would be nice to still get a pullback or a retest. So on a pullback, look for those continued sales, either that, or we could see price continue to go to this structure support. And then you could wait for a break of that structure. If we get that, that's a sign we're going even lower. We could look for a retest of that. All right. And look for price to continue down from there. All right. So yeah, definitely waiting for a break of this structure will be nice, because a break of this structure and possibly a retest or pullback, catching that bearish flag, this can bring us all the way back down towards 1.85. Like this can be a nice move, 300 plus pips setup. All right, by looking at the structure to the left, I would look for this to come possibly back down to 1.85. All right. So that's GA. Those are the pairs on my watch list this week. If you're on a private Discord, I will keep you all up to date. And let's just be patient. You know, let's let the market come to us, and let's capitalize on some of these moves. All right, see you all in the next one.